All right. In this task here, we're given a diagram with some markings on it, and we're just asked to tell whether a certain piece of information can be verified with the diagram marking. So let's look at some examples. Okay. So here's our diagram here. And we're asked, is line C parallel to line B? As this double lines here, it kind of looks like two parallel lines. That means is parallel to, so C is parallel to B. And this one kind of threw me off. I actually had to double take on this one. The answer is no. This information cannot be found in the diagram because there is no line C and no line B. There's all sorts of lines in here, but no C and B. So, no, not there. Let's take a look at the next one, though. Here we've got that line DF is parallel to line CE. So let's find CE. Well, CE, there's CE. Yeah. And here is DF. Line CE isn't really even marked on the diagram. I suppose you could draw a line through there. You talk about line CE existing, but it's not in the diagram. So obviously, no. There's nothing here to say that they're parallel. Obviously, they don't look parallel. Next. Let's see. Angle ABC. Let's see. A, B, C, which isn't in this diagram, is congruent to FEC. FEC. No. Okay. Obviously, if those angles aren't even shown in the diagram, they can't be congruent. Let's try again. Q being parallel to P. Once again, lines Q and P aren't even in the diagram, so no. I'm starting to wonder if any of these are going to be yeses. All right, next up. PQ, that's PQ right here, and RS are parallel, and that symbol means parallel to. And these markings right here mean that those two lines are parallel. You'll also see that these two lines are parallel. Like the number of arrows, it's like there's 3 little arrows here, 3 little arrows there. That means that those lines are parallel. 2 arrows here, 2 arrows here. That means that those two lines are parallel. Arrows indicate that the lines are parallel. Tick marks, on the other hand, would tell you that the lengths are congruent. So the distance from R to P is going to be the same as from S to Q. So yes, finally, is in the diagram. So let's take a look here. UVW, that's this angle right here, is congruent to XWV, that's this angle right here. You see how they've got these little arcs in them? An arc is just a little portion of a circle. And I got like a double arc here and a double arc down here. And when you see that two angles are marked with the same number of arcs, that means that they're congruent. So in this case, yes, those two angles are marked as congruent. Okay, let's take a look at some others. Let's see. Here we have that TQU, so let's see, TQU is congruent to SQT, SQT. Well, if you look here, TQU is this 90-degree angle right here. SQT, that's just a 0-degree angle. If they're not the same, they're not congruent. So, no. Now, if it had said T or SQR instead, that's just another name for the same angle. So, you could say that's in the diagram. All right, let's see. DCE, that's this angle right here, is congruent to HCG. HCG, and that's this angle right here. And you notice that they're vertical angles. You'll also notice that they're marked with a double arc, as opposed to these two small ones up here, which are marked with triple arcs. These two angles up here are congruent. These two angles right here are congruent. So yes, if they're marked with the same number of arcs, then they are congruent. Look what else we got here. Here we have that BC. And by the way, this is segment BC. You can tell because the line over the top doesn't have any arrows on it. is congruent to segment GF, which means they're the same length. Let's take a look. Here we have, let's see, BC is right here, and GF is right here, and you'll see they both have a double tick mark on them, so that means that the two segments are congruent. So, yes. Also notice that FE and EC are also congruent. There's another piece of information there for you. All right, VR, that's segment VR, that's right here, is congruent to ZS. And you see again, they have the same number of tick marks on them, so that means that they are congruent. So yes, the diagram does say that. Okay. See down here it says that angle CDB, so it's this angle right here. Whenever you're naming an angle, you always use the center letter is the vertex of the angle. Is congruent to CBD. Oh, over here. Okay. And again, double tick marks, so yes. The two angles are marked as congruent in the diagram. And here we have that ST, it's right here, is congruent to SU. Well, SU isn't even shown in the diagram, so no, the diagram doesn't tell us that they're congruent. All right, well, good luck with your own problems.